We are back here on Noon Edition. Jerry Pitts, a local attorney, is with us. And today we're going to be discussing issue 1 that passed back in 2022.
Right.
I believe, if I remember right, it was like a 75% to 25% margin, so overwhelmingly passed.
Overwhelming, yes, it was.
So now that changed the way we look at the bond system for those who have been accused of a crime.
That's correct. And I think that the reason I'm dealing with this issue is that people come up to me lots of times and say, I've never been in trouble. I don't understand what the system is about. And I'm saying, even though you haven't been in trouble before, you need to understand the legislation that is coming or has passed so that you'll be better able to take care of the situations that you're in. People often say, well, I've never been in trouble, so therefore I don't worry about that. But that's the things that you should worry about. Legislation is very, very, very important because this particular legislation, why was it even necessary? Because what it does is put this catch-all in there for the public safety. Now, that could go mean anything else would. Now, we always determine the seriousness of the act. We always determine had this person's prior records. Those things were being considered before as to bond. But now they took away the cushion. The cushion was the Supreme Court could come and say, that's a bit excessive. So they had some kind of hold on it. Now the Supreme Court of Ohio has no control over that. So by the prosecutors and or the judges saying and or legislators saying this is for the public safety, this is why we're going to go take it up to these numbers. What has happened is often is disproportionate bonds, because bonds, it was to secure your return to court. That was what the whole idea was. Now we're using it as something else, as to ability to retain you until you go to court. So those are issues that are important, and I'm thinking the American public and the Lima public, Ohio public, we should be more aware of issues, often more aware than we are concerned about candidates.
Right.
And we need to do that, and we need to become more studious as to the issues, even as to the issues that are happening in the city of Lima. We should be all concerned about those issues, whatever happened in the state of Ohio, whatever the county commissioner's issues are. We need to study the issues a lot more, because lots of times things are hidden in bills that we're not aware of.
Absolutely. Now, we only have about a minute left, I believe, but a lot of people might be sitting there saying, I don't really understand the whole bail and bond situation. So if somebody has bail or bond set at $50,000, do they really have to come up with that $50,000 in cash? How does that work?
They can always go to a bondsman, or the courts has the opportunity to say that 10% of that amount they can pay. So you can go to a bondsman and still be able to do that, but when you're talking about excessive to $200,000 and $300,000, you have to have some monetary controls to be able to do that, or own some property or things of that nature that may allow that to ease that bail situation.
In your opinion, have we seen those numbers climb even higher than before for any specific reason?
I think they're climbing higher because we have all these other issues that stand your grounds. We got these guns going around. People are not being treated properly. And that is why we're saying some of these bonds should be, now some should be as high as they could be.
All right. Thank you very much for your knowledge. Always great to talk with you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. We will be back. We have medical news coming up next on Noon Edition.